India's merchandise trade deficit plummeted to a three-year low to $14.05 billion in February. This was primarily driven by a steep 30% decline in petroleum exports to Europe and over 60% decline in gold imports. The data was released by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry on Monday. The sharp decline in petroleum exports, which was the key growth engine of India's exports following the war, comes a month after sweeping sanctions targeting Russia's oil trade were announced on January 10th. Sanctions placed as many as 183 oil tankers under sanctions. Notably, India's petroleum imports also slipped by 26%. This was a surprise considering India is one of the largest importers of petroleum in the world. So here are the highlights of India's trade deficit story. Exports fell by 10.8% to $36.9 billion during the month, registering the fourth straight month of contraction. Imports plunged by a sharper 16.3% to $50.96 billion, the lowest since April 2023. Non-petroleum and non-gems and jewelry exports registered a 5% decline. Data showed that chemical exports were down 24.5% to $2.2 billion, while gems and jewelry exports contracted by 20.7% to $2.5 billion. Amid continued restrictions on steel imports, imports in the iron and steel category fell by 23%. Services exports in February were up 23% to $35 billion, while imports rose by 8.6% to $16.5 billion. Services exports in April to February were up 14% year-on-year to $354.9 billion, while imports increased by 13.3% to $183.2 billion. In another development, a recent SBI research report mentioned that India's exports to the US could decline by 3 to 3.5% if Trump-led Washington implements reciprocal tariffs next month. This may be offset by ambitious targets in manufacturing and services, along with efforts to diversify exports. US President Donald Trump plans to roll out reciprocal tariffs from 2nd of April, targeting nations with trade surpluses against the US. India, which enjoys a significant trade surplus with the US, is expected to come under pressure with the world's largest economy imposing tariffs on countries that levy higher import duties than them.